should go up to £4,580 per year, 17% more, not including
ガスと電気代でかかるそうですね。だいたいそうですね。70万円ぐらい。1ヶ月だとそうですね。6万円、7万円ぐらいです。3ポンド69。やっぱりちょっと高いですね。今ね、アルディっていうスーパーに来たんですが、結構すごい安い。ほら、29p。びっくりして。
Well, I think we should change to ALDI.
1,100 tea bags.
皆さん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。お久しぶりですね。
そうですね。はい。今日のビデオは
Hello? It's a scam call from somebody pretending to be from His Majesty's Revenue and Customs. You haven't paid your tax, we're going to take you to court.
What? Really?
No, it's a scam.
Wow.
Right. Go on.
らしいです。気をつけてください、皆さん。今日のビデオはですね、以前イギリスのコストオブリビング、生活費が高騰して人々が困っているというのを出したんですけれども、このなんけど 2.5 で1ポンド15だので、レモンも
So just over a year, oils and fats up 18%.
その第2弾、あれは5月に出したので、今回10月に入って10月には夏から光熱費が 80% 上がると言われていたんですけれども、その 80% 上がったのか、そして人々の生活はどうなったのか話したいと思います。その生活費について私たちはこの間コストコ、日本でもあると思うんですけれども、これは業務用になっていて、大きなものが大量なものが買えるんですね。でやっぱりそのコストは安いので結構皆さん言ってる方がいらっしゃると思うんですけれども、でそれについてちょっと話したいと思います。3ポンド69。やっぱりちょっと高いですね。4ポンド29。ちょっとローストビーフでも作りましょうか。Lamb chops really cheap. We should get one. Yeah.今日の夜はこれをこの中のどれかを試そうかなって言ってます。トイレットペーパーが16ポンド49ですね。ミルクはよいしょ。ライスクリスピーと5ポンド89。
Who's going to eat all those?
Me? 6個入って10ポンド。結構買ってしまいました。本当に何もかもすごい大きいので普通と比べられませんね、値段は。300ポンド、日本円にすると5万円ぐらい。
Okay, problems with Costco. It's not for everybody. One, you have to pay to be a member. Okay, you have to pay for membership. You can't just walk in. Two, if you're a smaller household, you're not really going to make any savings because you really need to buy things in large quantity. Several things. I mean, you know, you can't just go in and buy one bottle of olive oil, right? It's
Oh yeah.
like olive oil or cooking oil. You know, you have to buy a box with 6 bottles inside or larger containers. So you need the cash to buy larger quantities, and you need to have the storage at home to keep it. Also, you have to drive quite a long way to get to Costco. I mean, for us, it was 35 minutes there, 35 minutes back. So that's 1 hour, 10 minutes drive, which costs a lot of petrol. They don't have a huge range of goods. I mean, there's lots of things in there, but choice for, let's say, salad cream or something, there's not as many choices in Costco as there are at somewhere like Tesco. So I think for us, going to Costco once in a while makes sense. To stock up on things that it makes sense for us to buy in bulk, and also for fuel. Yeah, I mean the fuel price at Costco was a lot cheaper.
そうですね。
See, that's really cheap. Premium diesel 169.7. I paid 190.9 yesterday, and that was the cheapest in our area.
Oh, really? I paid 179 or something for premium unleaded.
So fuel at Costco is a lot cheaper. I filled up at Esso the day before we went to Costco, and it cost £1.91 pence per litre.
Well, about 20p cheaper.
About 20p cheaper, but you have to be a member to buy it. You can't just drive up there. So next time we go to Costco, we should also go with an empty tank and fill up at the same time. So you wanted me to find out something about which supermarkets are the cheapest in the UK. So I looked on which.co.uk. Which is a famous magazine, like a consumer magazine in the UK. It's really interesting, and I subscribe to the website.
Okay.
But they do a comparison every month of standard products across all of the UK supermarkets, not including Costco, because Costco's a wholesaler, all right, but looking at supermarkets. And it's quite interesting, actually. Every month they compare 48 popular groceries, comparing the same products between different supermarkets. The most expensive for this basket of 48 products in September was Waitrose. Going down, your favourite, Morrison's, £94.38. Tesco's, £87. Sainsbury's, £86. Asda, £84. Lidl, £77. Aldi, £75.61. That's incredible. That's £23.79 cheaper than Waitrose.
Aldi we don't go to Aldi for some reason. You never took me, and it's not really English, is it? Well, that's why I never been. But the last week, me and the Lialico, we went for the first time because it was only the one supermarket near the pub.
Really?
Near school.
I thought you'd been to Aldi before.
But the first time we found it was so cheap. Me and Lialico said, we bought a huge thing. And we expected it's gonna be like 60, but it was only 20 something.
What was it?
いろんな食べ物、groceries。今ね、アルディっていうスーパーに来たんですが、結構すごい安い。ほら、29p。びっくりして、ちょっとカメラを回し始めました。すごい安い。ブロッコリーも 89p、超安い。アルディって安いんですね。びっくりしました。バナナも14p。これ多分スペインからだと。サラダ、ビストロサラダが 75p。ロケットが 62p。キャベジが 62p。安いな。レモン 50p。安っ。75p。これは 75p。5個ぐらい？それでいいよ。
いや、ポップコーン探していい。
ポップコーン探しておいで。 結構このコーンフレークスのこの破れようがすごい。パンケーキとかチョコチップのこのパンとか、今日ねお友達が3人泊まりに来るから。Because we normally buy in Waitrose or Morrison's. Well, that's why.
Well, I think we should change to Aldi.
Yeah.
So also in Which magazines they do a review of all the supermarkets in more detail. So out of 5 stars, between 1 and 5 stars for the store appearance, 3 stars. Queuing time, 2 stars. Staff availability, 3 stars. Stock availability, 4 stars. Range of products, not so good, 3 stars. Quality, pretty good, 4 stars. Value for money, 5 stars.
Wow.
I don't see any reason to not shop at Aldi.
Yeah, okay. This magazine, it has a comparison between month to month. So compared to May to September, the average price, how much it's go up?
So,
The インフレは 10% で移行しているらしいです。
but how that's calculated, and there are different indices for calculating inflation. The consumer price index is I think it's 9.9%. It was 10.01%, but it's around 10% per annum. That's the annual rate of inflation. Yeah. So yeah, Aldi. I think we should use it more for some of the basic groceries that we need. And I mean, I've only been in Aldi twice before in my life. Once in Malta, once in Barcelona, and I never really paid any attention. But today, the thing that surprised me was the own brands and how closely they brand them to, famous labels.
Yeah.
Let's just show an example.
まあどこでもそうだと思うんですけど、特にアルディがすごい有名なブランドに似たようなパッケージを作ってるんですね。なんかコピーライトで訴えれるんじゃないか的なものがいっぱいあったので、ちょっと買ってみて、ブラインドテイスティング、目隠しをしてその味を当てれるかどうかをどっちがいいかっていうのを今度のビデオでやってみたいと思います。ね、似たようなパッケージングとかはどこのスーパーマーケットでもやってると思うんですが、本当これはもう笑うほど似てるんですよね。なのでちょっとお見せしますね。
I'd never realised this before. Maybe I'm just stupid or ignorant. But for example, Liam Perrin's Worcester sauce. Okay, Aldi's own label Worcester sauce.
似てますよね。
I mean, you could easily pick it up and not realise, right?
本当になんかよく知らないっていうかよく見ないければ間違って買っちゃいますよね。これリエンペリンかなって思ってね、私とか間違えて買いそうです。
Pringles sour cream and onion. Snack right sour cream and onion.
ね。リアの好きな
Tunnocks caramel wafer biscuits, quite
ウェファービ
famous.
スケットすごい有名なんですね。イギリスではもう本当に古くからのブランドで。
Kids love them. And this is Aldi's Belmont.
全く同じじゃないですかこれ。これちょっと本当になんか
I mean,
コピ
they're
ーライ
selling
トは
them
ないの
like
か
this as well. It's not like they're not even in the same shop. They've got this one and then they've got this one right beneath it. Incredible, really.
でアルディではなんかダディが見つけたんですけども、ニュースで5ポンド一人暮らしの人が5ポンドっていうことはだいたい800円で1週間乗り切った。まあ日本でもありますよね。1000円で1週間とかメニュー考えるとね。子供がいる家庭はやっぱり栄養とかのことを考えなければいけないので、ちょっと5ポンドではイギリスは難しいんじゃないかと思いますね。
So I think it would be really difficult. I mean, you can get enough food to fill your stomach, but it won't be nutritional. There'll be almost no protein, and at the end of the week you'll feel pretty terrible, I think. I wanted to talk a little bit about food banks as well. Did you know there are now more food banks in the UK than there are McDonald's?
Really?
Yeah, so with food banks, I mean, when I was a child, I don't think they existed.
Oh, really?
I'd never heard of a food bank until, 10 years ago or something.
Because you could get the allowance from the government. No?
I don't think food banks were necessary. I mean, if somebody was down and out, the benefit system would, the government social security net would help people provide for the basics that they needed with accommodation, food. Now a lot of people don't get enough support, and with inflation going up, wages not keeping pace, energy costs going through the roof, there's more and more demand for food from food banks. Even some people who have full-time jobs can't support themselves and need to sometimes access food from food banks. I mean, in the news recently, food banks are reporting that they're seeing, a sharp increase in the number of people asking for help. They've seen a 50% increase in the number of people asking for food parcels, and a reduction in donations of 60%.
Really?
Yeah, so when you walk out of Morrison's, there's that big container, and you can donate food there, right? Food banks get a lot of their food from sort of surplus food at supermarkets, which is nearing its expiry date, but they also get a lot of food from donations, and also if people make a financial donation to a food bank, the food bank can use it to buy cheap food to give to people who need it. But it's absolutely staggering that the fifth or sixth richest country in the world, we have more food banks than we have McDonald's.
Yeah, I watched the Ken Loach, the film called My Name is Daniel Drake or something. You never
No
heard?
idea.
Oh, really? That was about the old man who has a problem with the heart or something, and wanted to claim benefit, but he couldn't for some reason, because he's able to. He's able to. He's not in hospital. He can do daily routine work at home, but he can't go outside and work.
Yeah,
Because of his heart situation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he can't get the benefit, but he can't work.
Yeah.
So I think those people who's that was a few years ago.
Well, a lot of public services are falling apart, and now
That time I feel sorry for him, because he's older guy who doesn't have an internet connection at home. So the lady in the social welfare department is saying you have to fill in the form online, but he can't. Yeah, that was a few years ago. Now the things get worse, right? So the people like him is more.
The social support in this country is really reducing a lot. And cynically, from a cynical point of view, with food banks, for example, if volunteers are prepared to look after people who need help, then the current government would be thinking, well, why do we need to do it then? Some politicians in the government, Jacob Rees-Mogg is a prime example. He's proud of the fact that we have so many food banks, because it demonstrates that society is supporting the vulnerable. But we shouldn't need food banks in the first place.
そうですね。
So
Yeah, I think the society, not the society, but the government have to do something about it.
yeah, so energy costs. Okay, if you remember, the unit cost of energy, or the unit costs of energy went up in April.
Yes.
All right, they've gone up again on the 1st of October. Okay.
Well, initially they're saying it's going to go up 80% by 80% in October.
That's right. It was going to go up 80% from for your average family. from around about £1,900 a year to, I don't know, what was it, 5,000 or 6,000 or something? I mean, just an impossible increase. So the government was forced to intervene. So the government has capped the unit price of electricity and the unit price of gas for a period of 2 years. Okay, so from the 1st of October, the average annual bill for a typical family increased from £1,971 to £2,500. They've also, the government has also said that they will provide a energy rebate of £400 to every household in the country, even if you don't need it. You know, so David Beckham gets it, we get it, the poorest families get it. Everybody gets it.
Same amount.
Same amount for everybody, which is, I mean, it makes the calculations easier, but it's not really well targeted, right? So what does it mean for us? Based on our actual energy consumption in this house, we've almost been here for 2 years. Sorry, 1 year, right? Basically, on the tariff which was applicable until the end of September, our annual energy would have cost us £3,910. Okay. With the increase, the new cap, it's going up to £4,980, which is an increase of 27%. Okay. But then if you deduct the £400 that the government is providing for everybody, our bill should go up to £4,580 per year, 17% more, not including
ガスと電気代でかかるそうですね。だいたいそうですね。70万円ぐらい。1ヶ月だとそうですね。6万円、7万円ぐらいですね。
The cost of that support, which is in place from the government for 2 years, okay, is likely to be over £100 billion. Do you want to translate that into Japanese yen?
何兆になると思います。
Hey Siri, what's £100 billion in Japanese
10
yen?
兆もしかして。
16.2 trillion.
国の負債ですね。国の負債が多分10兆だと思いますね。になるそうです。その政府が負担しているために、そのエネルギーの会社を安く抑えるために、政府の介入があったんですね。で、それを払うためにそれだけ負債を抱えなきゃいけない。
So, I think almost everybody agrees that the British government had to step in to support consumers because it would have been a total disaster if they hadn't capped energy prices.
Yeah.
And obviously it costs a huge amount of money. It will cost a huge amount of money. The new Prime Minister and her new team decided to cut taxes, to cut the top rate of income tax for the wealthiest people, to not increase
全然わからないことですね。
to not increase corporation tax, and basically the financial markets reacted very badly to this. The pound collapsed, and the cost of government debt increased dramatically. The Bank of England had to intervene in the financial markets, which cost a lot of money, and the government's been forced to U-turn on, at least on the reduction in income tax, and probably they'll be forced to backtrack on other things as well. But why is this relevant to cost of living? Because the cost of government debt has gone up, and investors have less confidence in the UK. The cost of borrowing in the UK has gone up. So, for example, if you're looking for a mortgage, a new mortgage or your mortgage rate is going to reset, the cost of mortgage rates has gone up dramatically as well.
So probably the housing market will...
Yeah, but in terms of month-by-month expenses for your average family, okay, the government has done a good job in capping energy costs at a more manageable level. But because of the way they funded it, rather than, for example, a windfall tax on energy companies, they funded it through increased government debt, which has resulted in higher interest rates. Your average family, what they save through the energy cap, they're going to be paying out every month in much higher monthly mortgage payments. So, the government's in a really bad position.
So what's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen in your future? What do you think?
I think some of the Liz Truss's government's proposals will not get through Parliament. It's a really, really bad situation.
本当に。なんか私もあまり政治のこと詳しくないですが、私でも分かるぐらい悪いですね、本当に。本当にね、なんかもうどこの国でもそうですけども、やっぱり貧しい人、一番助けが必要な人たちに助けが届かないっていうね、いつものイギリスのパターンですね。
I mean, we really have idiots in charge. We really do. I mean, I've worked with some really, really super capable people in my career. Liz Truss in a multinational corporation, she wouldn't get past, middle management.
そうですね。
And now she's running a company. Sorry, now she's running a country.
But what would you do if you have a choice?
What would I do if I was Prime Minister now? I would see what could be done about a windfall tax on energy companies. I would cap energy prices. You have to. I would try to see what can be done for windfall taxes on energy companies. I would not cut taxes, and I would not cut benefits, and I would rejoin the single market. European Union.
They cancel the cap.
On bankers' bonuses. Politically, it's a stupid thing to remove the cap. I mean, it's just, they think by removing the cap on bankers' bonuses that you're going to get additional investment in infrastructure projects and manufacturing in the UK, which is just total nonsense.
Yeah.
It's total nonsense. I mean, there's other reasons.
They'll probably buy, private jet. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there are other reasons why I do actually believe the cap on bankers' bonuses doesn't necessarily make sense. Okay, so I think removing it there's logic for it, and I'm inclined to agree with it. But to do it now during a cost of living crisis, I mean, the government must be mad.
そうですね。
I mean, the poll ratings now, the Conservative support, according to opinion polls, has collapsed.
なんか
with the Conservatives.
そうですね、保守党の支持者が減ったそうですね。それとも今この時期にバンカー銀行の投資銀行のボーナスにキャップだから上限をつけるということが決まられていたんですけども、それを取り払うことにしたらしいんですね。なぜかこの時期に本当にエナジーコストが上がったのと、やっぱり消費者物価も上がったっていうので、私たちの周りにいる人たちで本当にそれで食べていけないって困る人はあまりいないんですけれども、でもみんなお友達とかもやっぱり今までよりも寒いのを我慢してもう一枚着るとか、あとタンブルドライヤー乾燥機は使わないようにするとか、やっぱり何かしらの手段を取っているというふうに聞きます。
So it's actually quite warm in here at the moment, but we've just switched the heating off completely because we don't need it. And we close the door so that the heating for the rest of the house isn't wasted by warming this up during the night or when it's cold.
今までは寒かったらヒーターつけてたんですけど、最近はこうやってジャケットを着てで仕事とかしてます。なのでちょっと主人にからかわれてたんですけど、なんでジャケット着てんのって言って、でもそういう風にしてます。ではもう長くなりましたので、この辺で今回のビデオは終わらせることにします。はい、ダディから何か。
Oh, it's the Japan Formula One Grand Prix this weekend.
Oh, really? In Japan?
Yeah, at Suzuka.
あ、本当に。
行きたいです。I want to go.
ということで、はい、皆様ご視聴どうもありがとうございました。また今回ちょっと病院とかに行くことになったので、また日本の病院事情、こちらの病院事情などのビデオも作りたいと思いますので、どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。はい、では皆さん次の動画でお会いしましょう。ではさようなら。
さようなら。